So there's a little bit of drama going on right now among the right-wing commentators. There's this Dominion lawsuit against Fox News. They're suing them because they're like, hey, you guys spread all these malicious lies about the election being rigged and us being involved and working with Venezuela, and none of it's true. It's libelous, it's slander, we're coming after you. So they're suing them for $1.6 billion. And a lot of secret texts have leaked as a result of this lawsuit, and we're learning what the Fox hosts really think of Donald Trump and Trumpism and his followers, and guess what, y'all? It ain't pretty. So they pulled a Hillary Clinton. Remember when Hillary said, I have my private position and I have my public position? Oh, every Fox host has a public position and a private position. So Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, and Tucker Carlson, all three of them are on the record in secret texts that were leaked showing, oh, we don't think the election was stolen. We think this stuff is crazy. Of course Biden won. That's their actual position. Now, in public, totally different. Totally different. They were pandering to the mob. But in private, oh, they let it all hang out. So Tucker Carlson was probably the worst offender, by the way. There's the biggest difference between what he says on air and what he says privately. He called Trump a demonic force behind the scenes. He called him a destroyer. He said, hey, soon we'll be able to not talk about him every night, which will be great. And then he said, I hate him passionately. He also went on to say, there's no upside of the Trump era. Let's just keep it real. There's no upside to this guy being president and what he's done, which is an astonishing admission. By the way, all that stuff is true. But in public, he is the biggest sycophantic little cuck. Why? Audience capture. He's terrified of pissing off his audience. He is. He admitted it. In the secret texts, he admitted, like, look, we know this stuff isn't true, but you can't buck the base. And look, our stock price is falling. They're going to run to Newsmax or One American News. So I'll just go out there, I'll just lie, 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 lie. Okay. So, well, guess what? Some of the hosts on Newsmax noticed this story, and they decided to talk about it. Who is this? Well, former Trump official, Seb Gorka, is going to talk about this with Eric Bolling, who's a former Fox host and who's now on Newsmax. Eric Bolling has previously taken some shots at Tucker, specifically on the issue of Ukraine, to name one. I think he's taken shots at him on other issues as well. But listen to this.
Tucker Carlson has been kind of caught with his pants down. It turns out he was texting some other producers on his show. I hate him passionately regarding Trump, and we're very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. Yet he puts on, that face of, I love him just because he's pandering to his audience. What are your thoughts on Tucker's pandering?
Yeah, these text messages do not look good for either Fox or for Tucker. And my question is, why would you even say that if you believed it? Most nights we can ignore him and that's a good thing. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the man who got more votes than any incumbent president in U.S. history? 74 million votes. You want to ignore him? Why would Tucker Carlson want to ignore a Republican with the incredible 4-year track record?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I knew Tucker. I knew Tucker. If you remember way back when, Tucker was the weekend Fox and Friends host. He was one of the three hosts. He couldn't stand Trump back then. He didn't really start getting on the Trump bandwagon until he had a show called Tucker Carlson. That is the truth. Listen, every time I take a shot at Tucker, the audience goes, "Oh, but he's our guy, and we should stay united behind it." But I don't know. When you see someone say, "I hate him passionately" about the guy you're telling your audience you support, I can't wrap my brain around that. Final thoughts, Eb.
Well, let's see if he can show some metal and show a bit of spine. It's pretty clear the Tuesday show was censored. That Schumer and McConnell got to Murdoch or got to Paul Ryan, and Tucker was told, no more footage, change your monologue. The show was a mess. Tucker, show us who you really are. Forget about President Trump for a second. Are you America first? Do you have the balls to show the rest of the footage? Prove it to us, Tucker. We're waiting.
Yeah, and Tucker told Glenn Beck that no journalist has asked him for a copy of the footage, and I immediately texted him. I said, hey, I'm asking. I got a nasty response. All right, we'll leave right there.
Oh, so this is adorable. So do you understand the fight that's going on? This is Bolling and Gorka, they're going, you're not pro-Trump enough. I'm more pro-Trump. I'm the most pro-Trump. I'm the most America first. You got caught with your pants down. Okay, but hold on. Tucker has been insanely, sadly, cuckishly pro-Trump, where he toes the line no matter what that line is. It's just that privately he acknowledges, man, this stuff is crazy. So these guys appear to be saying, Bowling and Gorka appear to be saying, I'm just as stupid off air as I am on air. I'm just as wrong off air as I am on air. I'm just as much of a Trump ball coddler off air as I am on air, sir. Unlike you. Who's smart enough to actually see through it when you're off air? I'm not. I'm not smart. Oh, this is so sad. Look, what's the rational reaction that people should be saying to Tucker? Bro, just go on air and say what you actually think. Be honest. Be authentic. Don't be a liar. Don't be two-faced. Don't be a little weasel. Just go out there and tell people what you really think. That should be how they're prodding him. They're not prodding him that way. They're actually prodding him to stick with his instincts, which were, hey, privately I'll acknowledge everything, but publicly, oh, the dear leader Trump has yet again given us another giant victory. Oh my God. And by the way, it didn't skip a beat. With this January 6th so-called special he did, what argument did he try to make? Bro, I got video of them not being violent, so they were just like regular people and tourists and stuff, bro. It's whatever. They didn't even do anything wrong. What? What? You're ignoring all of the violent footage. You didn't show that part. You're only showing parts where they're like walking around. Aha! We got him. Got what? Over 400 people have already been convicted and found guilty. Windows were broken. Cops were attacked. There was all sorts of chaos going on. Everybody knows that. He's like, no, see, here's a video of them not committing crimes. Okay, but 7 seconds after the part you show, they are. So like, what's so even he's caught red-handed and he goes out there and just further verifies the narrative that he's a liar and a weasel. It's unbelievable, man. Look, if you're somebody who's on the right and you like him, at least find somebody who you know is telling you what they really think, right? Like Bowling and Gorka, they seem to be really proud of the fact that they're just as dumb off air as they are on air and they're not two-faced. Okay, well, credit for authenticity. Go watch them over Tucker, because at least you get the sense that the second the cameras go off, you know, they're not turning around going, look at these fucking idiots. I'm feeding them this garbage every day and they're eating it up. That is 100% what Tucker thinks. There's a very famous old clip of Tucker Carlson from the early 2000s, around 2003, I want to say. He wrote a book. There's a part about Bill O'Reilly in the book. And Tucker is on C-SPAN and he says something very, very interesting. He says, look, I love Bill O'Reilly. He's a great showman, but you got to understand something. This is all a ruse. This is all a scam. He goes out there, he postures like, yeah, I'm the everyman. I'm looking out for the everyman, and people eat it up. But the fact of the matter is, he's not an everyman. The second that he gets caught on camera screaming that he doesn't want any brown M&Ms in his bowl of M&Ms, the second he yells at a stewardess because, you know, I said I want Evian, not Aquafina. It's over, it's over, it's over. He's not that guy. And then he says, nobody's that guy. And then here we are, you know, 20 years later, and Tucker is in Bill O'Reilly's time slot playing the exact role Bill O'Reilly played for years. I'm the everyman, I'm the truth teller. You knew it was a ruse back when O'Reilly was doing it, and now it's a ruse when you do it. And you got caught in your own words with these secret texts, and you won't even acknowledge them. You won't even acknowledge them. Didn't skip a beat and went right back to the propaganda, and that is crystal clear. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.